Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm here to give you my pre-match thoughts on the upcoming game between Middlesbrough and Luton. Both teams have been massively inconsistent since the start of the championship season, but one team in particular has done better than the other. One team is floating around those playoff positions. I actually think they should be in the playoffs, compared to the other one who's just floating above those relegation places and not started the season off too well. I'm going to try my best to dissect this game, but before I do, please drop a like on today's video. The more likes we get, the better the video does. It performs better on YouTube. Comment below your thoughts going into this game. If you are a Middlesbrough fan watching this for the first time, let us know your thoughts. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. It is free to do so. So, as I've already mentioned, Middlesbrough v Luton. How do I see this going? As I already mentioned before, Middlesbrough, have been a little bit inconsistent. And I believe they've been inconsistent due to their poor finishing in front of goal. I've watched Middlesbrough a few times this season. They do create an awful lot of opportunities. And what tends to happen is they create these opportunities, but they're not clinical in front of goal. And then when the opposite team get like an opportunity, they're taking that chance. They're being a lot more clinical. And then what happens is, the Middlesbrough players, they lose their confidence, they drop their heads, and then they end up either drawing or losing the game. And it all comes from them not being clinical in front of goal. So if Luton, when we do get the chance, because we will get one or two opportunities in the first and second half, we kind of got to be a little bit clinical in front of goal, because I don't see us stopping the way Middlesbrough get those chances. I feel like they can get chances any way possible, really, from what I've seen. And I watched the game against QPR. They won 4-1 away from home. It was a very good performance. And I thought the way their players are going about things, it looks impressive. And to score 4 goals, attacking-wise, they'd be full of confidence. So Luton need to be prepared for that. But we do have one player in particular that's going to be missing this game. And he is massive in terms of how Luton like to attack and also defend, because he's actually defended quite well so far this season, and that is Alfie. He did pick up that ankle injury towards the latter stages against Cardiff, so we will be missing him. So there is a few questions. Who's going to play left wing back? Because we're not going to change the formation. I think Edwards is very committed in playing with the 3 centre-halves and the 2 wing backs. So is Amari Bell going to play as a left wing back, or is Victor Moses going to play as a left wing back? If I was the manager, I would play Amari Bell, because I think Amari Bell gives you that defensive side of his game, which I feel like away from home you kind of need. Whereas Victor Moses playing as a left wing back, I feel like we limit his attacking threats, and I'd rather he be used more as a impact player coming off the bench. So if we are potentially losing or we need a goal, we can bring him on and he can show his quality further up the pitch rather than in our own half. And I just feel like Amari Bell gives you that more defensive solidness at the back. And then what we can do, we can bring Tom Holmes in, who didn't play against Cardiff, who's going to be a lot more fresh because he did get suspended for the game against West Brom. So he hasn't featured since Coventry, so he should be a lot fitter and ready to go for this game against Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough do have a slight advantage though, because they've had an extra day recovery compared to Luton. And of course, with this fixture list and the way the EFL and Sky have set this up, we have an early kickoff despite playing on Wednesday night. A little bit harsh because Middlesbrough isn't around the corner, but we've got to deal with it. Every club goes through this. We're not the only one. So we've got to try and find a way of managing the players and try and manage in getting a decent result away from home. Now, the way Michael Carrick is, he's a very intelligent, he was a very intelligent player, and I can imagine he's a very intelligent manager, someone that can tactically change things if things don't go his way. So we need to be aware of that, and I feel like we just need to be clinical in front of goal. I feel like defensively we can cope with Middlesbrough despite conceding 1 goal in the last 2 games. I feel like we can do a good job. I've seen enough over the last 2 games that makes me believe that we can do it defensively. And the reason why I say that is because it was only one bit of quality that was against West Brom that really outdone us. The game before against Coventry, we didn't have our players back. But right now with Menji and Bell, we look so much stronger defensively. And I feel like if we can take that into this game against Middlesbrough, they will struggle to create clear-cut opportunities, and we can limit them from outside the box. And that's when we need our goalkeeper in Thomas to make some really good saves. So that's basically how I think the game's going to go. I feel like it's going to be, can we stop Middlesbrough from creating these opportunities? And then from Luton's perspective, can we be clinical in front of goal like we were against Coventry? I feel like we only got 3 opportunities in the first half and we took 2 of them. So if we can do that, then great. Also, with Alfie being missing, who's going to take the set pieces? And I think that's when Baptiste will come into play. Edwards said in his press conference that we will be making some changes. So I'm not expecting to have the same midfield. In fact, I think the midfield 3 is going to be Baptiste, Kraus and Clark. And I think Chong is going to be the one to be dropped from the starting 11 that played against Cardiff. I also think it's either going to be Morris or Brown that's going to be dropped. I think Elijah's going to come straight back in to cause the Middlesbrough defenders a lot of problems, because we all know how unpredictable Elijah can be. And he only played half hour against Cardiff midweek, so he'll be a lot more fresher going into this game. I would 100% take a point away from home here. It's not a must-win. It's a very difficult game. But if Luton want to climb up that championship table, and then we want to show teams that we are a team that wants to win promotion, because Edwards and also the board did come out and say this, then we need to be going to places like Middlesbrough and be getting decent results, positive results. And we need to get out of this losing mentality. If we can go on a run of, or form, not losing games of football, then I can imagine that's going to get installed into the players. Their morale will go up, and hopefully that would generate positive performances. Because right now, I don't think we've gone out of first gear. There's a lot of potential within this Luton group, and when everyone is fit and available for selection, it can cause a lot of teams problems. But without Alfie, we are going to be missing a key part of what we like to do going forward. So we might have to change it up a little bit. We might have to get on the ball a little bit more. Players like Baptiste and Walsh may be a little bit more important in this game, because we definitely need to be able to keep the ball a little bit longer. And we can't be giving the ball away easily to this Middlesbrough side, because they will just keep creating opportunities, because they've done that so far this season. So that's how I think the game's going to go. My score prediction, I will happily take a 0-0 draw. I can't lie. I feel like a draw would be a good result for Luton. I don't see us winning. Hopefully I get proven wrong. But hopefully a positive result, go into international break on the back of a draw. And then we go into these tough games which we've got coming up. We've got Leeds, Norwich, both away from home. Hull at home as well. It's going to be tough. So we need to make sure that we go into those games with positive form. So hopefully we can do that. And fingers crossed, the boys don't let us down. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.